In a fight, and I touched on this before, the number one target is going to be your opponent's face. That's bar none. For some odd reason, however, people think that targeting the rest of the body doesn't work in a fight. Or they just don't have any empirical evidence that it works. Truth of the matter is, it does work. And in today's video, we're going to go over the lower half of the body, primarily and particularly your legs. Now, I was taught that whenever you hit your opponent, you should change their shape. So it doesn't matter what part of the body you hit them, their face, their body, their legs, even if you hit them in their arm, wherever part of the body you hit them, it should change their shape. It should impact them immediately, okay? So how did this impact leg kicks? Well, like I just said, typically people are headhunters. So if you can get someone to believe that you're going for their face, that opens up the rest of the body. It doesn't matter who it is, okay? Unless a person has decent vision so where they can read your body, they can read what you're going to do. Outside of that, they won't stop the secondary attack. So what you can do initially is feint. You can feint a jab to their head and then go for the round kick. Okay? You can feint the jab and then go for a push kick right to their leg. Alright? So I want to break their structure. You can do that with either the push kick or the roundhouse kick. But what if you chop down on their leg like you're chopping down on a tree? Okay? You can always go to a straight round kick right from your stance. You don't even need to use a thing. Just go straight in. Okay? Now, ideally, this is for someone who is in a similar stance as yours, who's mirroring your stance. But you can also do the same thing if they're in the opposite stance. So you can step to the outside and go for their lead leg. If their lead leg is, if they're in southpaw, I can step right here and just go right in. I can also step to the outside, also rear leg, and go to their lead leg as well. Okay? Everywhere I'm going, I'm targeting their lower body. I can go for the teeth, hit them right in their kneecap. When you hit them, it's going to change their shape. If I'm standing right here and you hit me right here in my kneecap, what you're going to do is hyperextend that leg. So if you hit right here, it's going to straighten my leg. Notice how when I straighten my leg, my body naturally leans over. If you crash into the leg from the side, it's going to break the structure. This is how it should end up looking. If I get kicked in my lead leg right here, this is what should happen. If I get kicked in the body, this is what should happen. If I get hit in any area on my body from a circular attack, my body should either do this or it should do this. If I get hit with a straight attack, in particular to the belly, to the body, obviously my head is going to lean forward, which sets up a secondary attack like uppercut or even a hook. Here's a particular kick I would like to demonstrate. It's a low kick, but it's a chopping down kick, which definitely is going to leave a lasting impression on your opponent. So how this works is the same mechanics as a regular low kick, but the difference is I'm bringing the leg slightly up and then I'm swinging it down. It looks like this. I come up this way and then I chop down. Okay? I would crash into them. So what I do is I come up here, go right in. Okay? Again. I go right in. I'm hitting right here. Of course I can hit their knee if I want to, but I want to hit right here. The knee and their thigh. If I can constantly bruise, if I constantly hit them here, that takes weight off of their leg. They might have to switch their stance, which they're not accustomed to doing. But it takes away their ability to continue to fight how they want to continue fighting. This works not only in the pros, but it also works on the street. Okay? Or wherever a fight may break out. Because we always like to say in the street, like fights don't happen anywhere on the planet outside of the ring or the octagon. But the point that I'm making is, if you don't take advantage of your opponent's legs, if you take out their legs, they can't fight. I don't care what they say. Okay, it ain't much you can do if you don't have a leg to stand on, or legs to stand on, period, point blank. So once again, let's recap. What I want to do is I want to target anything below their waist. I'm coming right here, boom. I go for a kick, boom. Teep to their leg, to their midsection, right to the kneecap, boom. I can do it with the rear leg also, boom. And I can also use John Jones oblique kick. I'll go right in. Go right in. Aim for their knee whenever you hit them. Okay? The hyperextension of their knee, and the fight's on the way to getting over. Okay? Then I can chop down with the rear leg as well. Chop down. Right here. I'll step right over, lift over, go right in. I want to sit that leg right into, my kick right into their leg. Make them feel that power. It's kind of like if I'm here and I want to hit, boom. Okay? Imagine taking a hammer or sledgehammer and I'm coming right down here, boom. Taking their leg out. Okay? I can even do the same thing with the lead leg as well. I step out. And what I do is, and this is if they're in a different position, different stance than I'm in. For example, if I'm in orthodox, as you can see, and they're in southpaw, I can step out. Do the same thing. Again. Right here. Work the feigning as well. Go right in. One more time. That's what I want to do. I want to sit that power, make my kick feel like it's a sledgehammer when I hit it. That's what I want to do. The harder you hit your opponent, the greater the chance you'll change their structure, compromise their structure, change their shape, which sets up for the continuous strikes after that. So just remember, the entire body can always be targeted, but this is just a particular video. We're aiming at everything below the waist. We're aiming at our opponent's legs. You take your opponent's legs out, they can't do anything to you. Period, point blank. So don't just rest on hitting their head. I'm just going for their body. Always remember this one fact in the fight. Your entire body, your opponent's entire body can be targeted. There's nothing really off limits, especially when the goal is to survive the encounter. If that's your mentality, don't forget that. Your entire opponent's body is your target. You have multiple targets, not just one. Don't be a headhunter. Take them out completely if necessary.